Now we'll move on to the second presentation, item number 4. Oh, I'm sorry, yes, thank you, Vice Chair. Trustees, is there a question for clarification? Seeing none? Okay, thank you. Now we'll move on to the second presentation. A read, yes, item number 4. And if you can come up and make yourselves comfortable, then introduce yourselves and whenever you're ready to start.
My name's Amy Reid. I'm here as a community representative. It's with great pride and joy that I speak to you tonight.
Can you use your microphone?
For sure.
Just make sure everybody
Can't
can
hear
hear.
us.
There's a little button there. So,
Yeah, it's all underneath the wire here, that's why.
Thanks, Jessica. Thanks so much. Thank you. Much better.
Just give me 1 second. I'm just going to try to prop it up a little bit.
Okay. Thanks, Jamie.
Yeah, that was
Perfect. Thank you. I'm Amy Reid. I'm here as the community representative, and it's with great pride and great joy that I'm presenting to you tonight. Thank you for the time to do so. I represent the citizens of Ainsleewood and Westdale communities, as well as constituents from across the city. At the moment, you only see me sitting here. You're unable to see the throng of people I represent, those who have petitioned to keep Prince Philip Elementary School open in Ainsleewood. So I'm going to endeavor to give you a glimpse of them tonight. You may have heard about our campaign. It's called We Need 3. For the simple reason that we deeply believe the community really does need all 3 schools in our neighborhood: George R. Allen, Dalewood Middle School, and Prince Philip Elementary. What you may not know is that after the ARC meeting, at which the board introduced its preferred option to close Prince Philip School, a petition was started. In under 3 weeks, it amassed over 600 names. As of last Wednesday, over 1,000 people have signed petitions to keep Prince Philip open, and those numbers are growing daily. A significant number of these signatures came from outside of Ward 1. In fact, the paper petition, Keep Prince Philip Elementary School in Ainsleewood, contains names from the wards of every single trustee. The signatures came from Brunswick Street and Hickson Road in the city's East End, and 8th Concession West in Flamborough. They came from East 44th Street and Benvenuto Crescent. Signatures came from Upper Gage and Lower Horney. They came from Duke Street and Green Cedar Drive, Gage Avenue and Gordon Street. They came from Highway 8 in Stony Creek, Valley View Drive in Ancaster, Green Hill Drive in Mount Hope, and Green Meadow Way in Dundas. These signatures are a matter of public record. Your constituents are concerned about the possible closure of this school. What you need to know about the people who stand with me in solidarity tonight is this: we're parents and business owners. We're students, grandparents, and young adults just getting settled. We have a wide variety of education, experience, and professional expertise. We're from every ward in the city. We care about education. We care about the children of this city. And because we care, we're paying attention. You may not have had the opportunity to drive around the neighborhoods surrounding the elementary schools in Ainsleewood and Westdale recently, so we've taken pictures. As I talk, you will see these lawn signs that have been placed in front of our homes. These signs are quiet but firm symbols of our commitment to maintain all 3 neighborhood schools. We recognize your important work. We know you're busy. In order to help you gain a sense of our concerns, I'm going to read some comments that have been posted to online petitions. Here is a sample of what we are saying. Elementary schools are at the heart of healthy neighborhoods. Healthy neighborhoods create healthy cities. Let's start with West Hamilton and Westdale. Ronald Fulton. Hamilton City Council talks about being the best place to raise a child. The best thing for our children would be to have a primary school in their area that they do not have to be bused to. Please keep Prince Philip open for their sake. Ann Nauman. Closure of Prince Philip School will have a devastating impact on the Ainslie Wood neighborhood, already stressed by previous school closures and student housing. The facts on this issue are clear from the ARC recommendations, that there is no need for any school closures in Ainslie Wood Westdale at this time. Councillor Brian McCaddy. My wife and I intend to move to Hamilton to send our daughter to the Mandarin program. If the school is closed, we will not. Caleb McLeod. Keeping Prince Philip open is crucial to the success of Ainslie Wood. Walkability adds to the health and welfare of the students and the community as a whole. Lavinia Walsh. As a retired teacher, I think it is essential to keep Prince Philip open to preserve the already threatened community neighborhood. Busing students to George R. Allen would not be a good for them and certainly not good for the environs of GRA. Traffic in the area is already totally congested when school is entering and leaving without extra buses. Patricia Barton. Small is beautiful, local is sustainable. Keep neighborhood schools in neighborhoods where kids can walk safely to and from. Randy Kay. The board doesn't build a new school until there are enough students to fill it. They shouldn't close a school until it is at least half empty. Why are we closing a school if we have to build the equivalent of the school we are closing to house those displaced students? Kristen West. The school is an important part of every neighborhood. Children deserve to be educated in proper conditions in close proximity to their home so they can have a strong bond between home and school. That is what makes a bright future for us all. L. Boris. I am concerned that the ARC has not properly considered the cost of additional travel that will occur if the school is closed. Joseph Miner. Closing Prince Philip Public School will have a negative impact not only on our youngest children but also on the neighborhood. No public school in the area will result in families with young children moving out, and young families will be reluctant to move in. The area is already under much pressure from student housing, and closing the public school will be the last straw for families to live here. We ask that Prince Philip School be kept open in the interest of all. Dr. and Mrs. John and Tortoise Coakley. The Ainslie Wood area is starting to change and new families are moving in. Don't close the school there, as in the future you will need one. Jane Blau. My son is 2.5 years old and will go to this school in a couple of years. I don't want him having to travel across Main Street West in order to go to school. Erica Forsberg. Current justification of the board proposal lacks credible validation. Expenditures are overly dependent on ministry funding, which may not be there given current cost control initiatives at the provincial government level. The final costs fall to the same taxpayer, and the solution proposed by the HWDSB staff does not seem as fiscally responsible a proposal as that of the ARC committee. John Stockton. Please keep Prince Philip School open. Every neighborhood needs an elementary school, and we've lost 2 already in the past. How is sending children off to school on a bus good for anyone? Rebecca Bisbee. The West End is still growing, and there is a turnover of older adults with new families moving into the area. Brenda Martin. We are trying to teach our children that it is possible to be less reliant on fossil fuels. To do this, we need to lead by example. Our schools need to be walkable. This community has enough children to support 2 schools. There is no reason to spend money consolidating the populations of Prince Philip and G.R. Allen. Aaron Lepichak. I bought my house in 2007 because it was close to work and most importantly has a neighborhood school. My daughter will start school in September 2013, and if Prince Philip closes, I will be moving somewhere else. It's important to have neighborhood schools. Megan Forbes. Shutting down Prince Philip Elementary School will essentially shut down the Ainslie Wood community as well. Prince Philip Elementary is the hub of the community and is therefore imperative for families and individuals that currently reside in the area and also for future residents. Keeping this school will keep this community strong, which will lead to forthcoming development as well. Zach Boot. I attended Prince Philip School as a child. I have since moved out of Hamilton because of work, but I am getting married soon and planning on moving back to the west end of Hamilton to raise my family. Where will my children go to school when we move back? Sarah Vishu. This is a well-balanced community, though given the expanding enrollment at McMaster, that balance is always precarious. Closing schools would seriously risk tipping the balance away from a healthy neighborhood for families and the broader university community. Dr. Karen Bird. I attended the meeting at the former Lawn Bowling Meeting House and listened to the pleas of parents, heard Brian McHattie, our local counselor, and heard the young bell ringers from Prince Philip School. With such an earnest request to keep a school open, surely we would be doing an injustice to the neighborhood to close a school. If we need funds for schools that will service our newly expanding neighborhoods, I would just like to say, why was that not thought of before? Jane Evans. How much louder can our voices be? Listen to what the citizens of this and neighboring communities are saying. Prince Philip School must stay open so that many families with small children have a school in their immediate area. The idea to close Prince Philip is inappropriate, as is the idea to crowd them all in at G.R. Allen. We Need 3 is the only viable choice for this community. Rita Lyons. Let us be perfectly clear. We, the community, who elect trustees to represent us, want all 3 schools to remain open. Do not close Prince Philip School. Wendy Hancock. Please let the cries of the parents and children resound in your hearts. There doesn't seem to be any great vision here, so until there is, let it remain as is. Pam Kuhn. I am the youth pastor at Westside Baptist Church. My wife and I recently bought a home in the Ainsleywood neighborhood and are excited to have our family here. We are deeply concerned about the consequences of closing Prince Philip School for the neighborhood. Without a school, you will lose families, and eventually the community will be lost. A school is the heart of every neighborhood. It cannot be taken out of the community. Please listen to our voices. Rock Mason.
Thank you very much. Any questions for clarification? Trustee Orban?
Only one question, if I may. Do you bus any students at all to Prince Philip? The reason I ask, because you're doing such a good job of it being an accessible school to your neighborhood and community. That's my question.
Thank you.
My husband tells me it's 2%.
2%, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Trustee Terstruck?
Thank you very much. Could you tell me the 2 previous schools that were closed, and which schools were they, and when was that?
Great question. I think it was Kristen?
Princess Elizabeth.
Thank you.
Binkley.
Use your mic. I'd like to use microphone so everybody can hear.
Trustee Bishop is saying it's Princess Elizabeth and Binkley.
And when were they closed?
Thank you. I'm hearing from Associate Director Bain. Do you have an idea?
Through you, Mr. Chair, quite some time ago. I don't have the exact dates, but I'm reasonably familiar with the area, and it was quite some time ago. I'm talking decades.
It was 1983.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, good. I'm looking for a motion. Thank you, Trustee Hicks. Motion to receive. Thank you. Seconder. Thank you, Trustee Terkstra. All those in favor? Thank you. That's unanimous. And thank you very much for your presentation.